Hello, everybody.
All right, Tyler Bishop, I need you to unmute and turn your camera on, sir.
Hello.
Hello. So can I have you state your name and date of birth, please, for the record?
Tyler Bishop, 2/1/1995.
Okay. So, Mr. Bishop, we generally do these arraignments in person, sir. So,
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't get a ride out there, and I can't drive, obviously. So I asked the lady if I could get it sent over so I can appear in person.
okay. So can we set you over can you come next week on the 26th?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to just get you a form here. Give me just a second and I'll get you back to work, it sounds like.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the arraignment is going to be on December 26th, 2024. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. And again, the expectation that day is it is going to be in person. We're going to try to mail a copy of this document to you, but with kind of the holidays and so forth, it might not get to you. So you're going to make sure to write down that date, December 26th at 8:30.
Yes,
We
sir.
have a mailing address for you on the center. Is that where you're getting your mail?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to send the paperwork there and we'll see you next week, okay?
Okay, buddy, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Bishop.
You have a good day.
You too. Okay, it looks like we are ready on the Martinez. Actually, so I have both matters, in custody matters now ready.
I just have Tambra Wrinkles, Your Honor.
Okay, so I have
And
two
I'm asking that we take that one just because the interpreter apparently is on limited time frame.
Okay, so do you have the court file for Ms. Wrinkles?
I handed
Okay,
it.
here it's coming up. I'm gonna do that one first just because my other one is a plea. Okay, Tambra Wrinkles, you are communicating to the court through the ASL certified interpreter. Do you understand the translation into sign language?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Yes, I do. Yes, I do understand.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Wrinkles, you are making a first appearance arraignment on a charge of theft in the third degree from May 26th, 2021. That charge is a gross misdemeanor. It's subject to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. I did review the associated police reports with the case. And I did find probable cause. Your attorney, Ms. Ward, is present. Actually, Ms. Ward is sitting in for Ms. Jackson, is in the courtroom. Ms. Ward, how is Ms. Wrinkles asking to proceed today?
Your Honor, we're asking to enter a not guilty plea on this charge, waive formal reading, and we're asking to just simply set it over 1 week to give Ms. Jackson an opportunity to appear on this. If Ms. Jackson is unavailable, I will step in and handle it next week. We are asking that she be released on her recognizance at this time. She's been homeless for a long period of time and has been working with the HEART program through Clark County to get housing. She has finally gotten to a point where housing is available for her. But if she remains in custody, she will lose that housing. She recognizes that she did not appear out in Battleground as previously ordered. And one of the reasons was because she was arrested and put in custody. Her service dog was also just recently ran over. And so it has presented a lot of difficulty in her being able to get around. She does have another pending matter in Clark County. She was released on her recognizance on that matter.
looks like she has 2, 4, 6, 7 pending matters in Clark County. Ms. Carmi, I'm gonna hear from you. I know she was brought in on a new felony, but it looks like that's been exonerated to misdemeanors now.
It has been exonerated. There is no current hold on those other pending matters. Our hold right now is only $500. She's got a current outstanding warrant, I believe, out of Kitsap District for $2,500. Given her warrant history with us, I think $500 should remain. I think that is a minimal amount to reassure appearance. We are setting over to next week. There is new law violations alleged. So we would ask the $500 to remain.
I'm gonna maintain the $500 bail at this time. Ms. Wrinkles, we're gonna see you back here next week on December 26th. If you have not posted bail at that time, you will be appearing from the jail that day. Your release conditions are to violate no laws, appear at all mandatory court dates, notify the court of any change of address or phone number, not to have any contact with Walmart stores. Thank you.
Can I say something? I don't understand. I'm not aware of anything about Kitsap. I don't know where that is.
The 2019 case out of Kitsap County for obstructing a law enforcement officer.
I
Or
don't see
2018, I'm sorry.
that on her DCH.
It is down at the very bottom. I had to scroll down a bit to find it.
And the last thing I have on her DCH is a 2019 charge.
Yeah, this one's 2018. The warrant was issued August 6, 2019. Looks like it was just reissued, expires November 6, 2027.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Wrinkles. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
I did confirm the interpreter was available next week.
Okay, great.
Could you give me one more opportunity to please to show that you would be, that I will show up? I have court on the 23rd here, and I have court with you on the 26th, and I promise I will show up. I did show up the last time I had court in Clark County here and made it, and they said that as long as I showed up for your court today and then showed up on the 23rd, then I would, as long as I keep showing up for court. And I wanted to let you know that I really want to make this work and show up in person. And that is my goal, to have housing. And my housing is there waiting for me. And it will make my life so much better if I can get into some kind of housing. I'm asking if I could appreciate if you could give me one more opportunity to try.
No, there's too many new charges. You previously had bail posted for you on this case back in September, and that person lost their money because you didn't show up back in September. And since September, there's been, since September,
I did show up the first time. I did show up the first week. I did not show up the second week.
Right. I'm not going to argue with you, Ms. Wrinkles. I'm leaving the bail in place.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
24W836818. Are you on this Dunn case?
I am, Your Honor.
It's not happening. I'm just telling you.
Great.
Brian Anthony Dunn, 24W836317.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael A. Carmen, 73824. On behalf of the defendant, Mr. Dunn.
So these are always tough, and I'm constantly asked, why are you doing this? Well, let me get your name.
Brian Anthony Dunn.
Call in the prosecutor. First of all, you can't add a second charge on one file. They can't do that. Now, that's the first thing. Second thing, I have not believed, do not believe, and will never believe that people should be treated different based on their employment or what they've done. So unless the prosecutor is going to come in here and tell me, Judge, and I try not to get involved in this, but next thing I got a commercial driver in here. And he's saying, well, if I get this, I'm going to lose my license.
I understand, Your Honor.
Then I've got somebody else, and I don't know where it ends. I don't know where it ends. I mean, if the legislature wanted to do this, they should have carved out exceptions. I know it might sound harsh. It's okay. You can accuse me of being harsh if you want. Mr. Urick, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is William Urick on behalf of the city of Woodhaven.
I just don't believe in treating people different based on who they are or what they do. And I've said this repeatedly, and if I do it for him, the next commercial driver coming in here, it's going to cost him employment, and you're going to ask me to do that. And then if it's somebody else that has a job that's going to be affected by the charge, you're going to ask me to do that. I'm not doing it.
And Your Honor, I understand that slippery slope, but I think in this case, it's more based on the facts.
Well, wait a minute. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. This is what was written. BAC .08, no objection from Woodhaven. Defendant's a combat veteran. No pride of any, no what of any kind?
Myers?
Okay.
And Your Honor, if we can just give a little factual background, he was.
Nobody's telling me, no one has ever heard me say, ever, that I will not reduce a case if there's a problem with the case. There's no indication of that. Nothing on that stip form says that. In fact, the prosecutor's duty bound to dismiss the case or offer a significant reduction like this if he doesn't have a case. If he doesn't or she doesn't, they're not very good prosecutors. But I didn't read anything like that. Now, listen, my father was a Marine Corps major. I have the utmost admiration for people in the military. I just am not comfortable. And I've told you guys this repeatedly. I mean, I didn't write the law. Maybe the law should be 0.10. Maybe it should be 0.01 is the minimum. I don't know. I'm not dealing with that. All I know is I have a law that says 0.08 Nyers is a OWI case. And now you're asking me to take it to a careless. And plus I can't put one file on two. You can't have two counts without adding citations. I didn't say I was going to send him to jail or any other thing. I just feel like, and I've said this to you guys repeatedly. And so, okay, somebody can say it's harsh. It's okay. I don't know where the cutoff is. What if I get?
Sir, you gotta
What if it's a lawyer?
I'm sorry, Ron?
What if it's a lawyer? What if it's a doctor? What if it's a legislator? I'm not doing it, guys. Sorry. You can go back and figure out what you're going to do. If there's a problem with your case, you're going to come back up here and you're going to tell me that and how there's a problem with your case. But I'm not carting out exceptions. I'm just not
Very
doing
well,
it.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
May counsel and I approach briefly?
Not now. Let me go through a few
Very
cases.
well.
Okay?
Thank you.
Brian Anthony Dunn, 248363117. Cody. Your name, sir?
Brian Anthony Dunn.
Morning, Your Honor. Michael A. Carmen, P73824 on behalf of the defendant.
So for purposes of arraignment, how does he wish to proceed?
For arraignment, Your Honor, he will stand mute, waive the formal reading.
All right, I'll enter a not guilty plea, but you've worked this out with the prosecutor. He's going to plead to operating while impaired with the OWI to be dismissed, correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
If you do that, the possible penalties are up to $300 in fines, 93 days jail, 360 hours community service. Court costs are all 4 points, license suspension or revocation in accordance with your record. Your vehicle could be or might have to be immobilized depending upon your record. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The charge operating while impaired, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on Allen near Van Horn in Woodhaven, October 5 at 24 at 11:15 p.m.?
Yes, sir.
Prior to that, did you drink alcohol? And if so, what did you drink and how much?
I split a pitcher of beer with my wife, sir.
Okay. And how many of those did you have, you feel like?
2 or 3.
Was your ability to operate the vehicle impaired because of the alcohol consumption?
Slightly, Your Honor.
All right. Why were you pulled over by the police?
I drove through a railroad crossing.
Okay. You think you partially did that, at least in part because of the fact that you'd consumed the alcohol or not?
No, sir.
Did you take a breathalyzer or a blood test?
Breathalyzer.
And counsel, were the results 0.084? And you so stipulate for purposes of the plea?
Yes, Your Honor,
Are
they
you-
were in defense stipulation.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Please accepted. I'll dismiss the OWI, refer you for a screening and assessment. Mr. Kerman, I have a court to school program. I don't know if he'd be willing to do it or not. I'll give him credit toward any court work, community service on that day. Where is it, Lisa, again? January what? And that's in Woodhaven, right?
Yes, Woodhaven High School, and it's January 9th.
What do you think?
What time, sir?
What time do we start there?
7:45.
Can you be there then?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna need you there no later than like,
I was actually gonna ask if the court would consider an immediate sentence in this case.
I can't, by law, I have to order a screening and assessment.
Okay, but let's say, assuming argument no, that the court perhaps wouldn't be inclined to grant him probation, would he still need to be sentenced at the school?
I'm not ordering him to be sentenced at the school. I'm not ordering him to do anything like that. I've never done that. I'm just asking him if he wouldn't mind doing that because it's very educational and very good for students to observe. That's all.
No, I understand.
I'm certainly not gonna treat him worse, never have, never will.
Sure.
And if I decided to give court work or community service or any other penal aspect of the sentence like that, I would give him credit for being there that day toward any sentence.
Did you say January 9th?
January 9th.
Okay, Your Honor, I have to be back here at 9 o'clock for a Judge Hessen docket.
I'll have you out of there by 8:10.
So,
Sir, January 9th, I need you there by 7:25, please, okay?
Yes, sir.
So you're gonna go down the hall and get your notice. Lisa, give them, you know where Woodhaven High is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it is Woodhaven High School, right, Lisa?
Yes, Woodhaven High School.
January 9th at 7:25, go down the hall, get your notice, and then go across the hall to probation, fill out a questionnaire and be interviewed, and we'll see you then, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it. The drunk driving's dismissed. Good luck to you.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. You too.
thanks, Your Honor.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.